Last night on this show, we told you about what may be the single most extreme and disruptive piece of legislation ever to gain widespread support in the Congress in the history of this country. It's called the New Way Forward Act. It's before Congress right now and has been for almost 2 months. If passed, it would remake our immigration system for the express purpose of helping foreign-born criminals live here. The bill would allow people who've committed serious felonies in other countries to move to the United States legally. It would make it nearly impossible for federal immigration officials to detain immigrants, no matter how potentially dangerous they are. And, perhaps most infuriatingly and remarkably, it would require taxpayers to transport deported criminals back into the United States. In other words, you break our laws, you hurt our people, we'll send you a plane ticket. We'll pay for you to come back.
What you just heard was Fox News' Tucker Carlson warning about the New Way Forward Act, a piece of legislation that the Democrats are attempting to hide from you. And as Tucker Carlson said, this piece of legislation not only allows criminals into the United States of America, but literally uses your tax dollars to transport those criminals from foreign countries back into the United States of America. This is ludicrous and outsane and something that shouldn't even be proposed by anyone, be it in the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. This will literally rip our country from the inside out. And Tucker Carlson is attempting to warn the people that if this thing ever did go through, well, then we could be looking at a new America here in the United States of America. We won't even recognize her anymore. Well, this is the piece of legislation that he's talking about. It is H.R. 5383. Now, this was spearheaded by Jesus Garcia of Illinois, who is the primary sponsor. But I also want you to note a couple of other sponsors to this bill, and it includes Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Naya Presley, Rashid Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar. Is it any surprise that the four horsewomen of the apocalypse are sponsoring this bill? And I believe there are about 44 Democrats total that are in support of this bill, but it's a scary piece of legislation that many in America need to start asking, what the hell is it doing on a bill? I mean, to say that we can just take criminals who have committed crimes here in the U.S. and transport them back from foreign countries and into the United States only so we can, well, support everything they need. You see, if a Democrat candidate gets in this election 2020, they've all already agreed to basically give everything to illegal immigrants, anyone coming into this country. Well, what does that say for the average American citizen? We're not even helping our homeless this way, yet they want to help foreigners above their own people. I think we need to start asking some of these important questions. But why isn't the media saying anything about this piece of legislation? Now, that's the question that we need to ask, and I believe Tucker Carlson was attempting to ask the same question. And the answer is simply this: I think the media wants it. The media is basically, a majority of those in the mainstream media are socialist and communist. There is rarely a Republican in any of the mainstream media proponents. I believe some in Fox News, not all. We've got a few holdouts there, but they all want a socialist, communist style society. And I think them ignoring this piece of legislation proves my point. You see, if they can bring more criminals in, if they can open the borders the way that they want, then they're going to get the votes. And from here on out, if we allow exactly what the Democrats want, then I don't believe a Republican will ever again win the election. We'll be outvoted, so to speak. But the good news is President Trump is making headway. Take a look at this article on foxnews.com. Court hands Trump a win in sanctuary city fight. Says that the administration can deny grant money. That's great. Basically, what he's done with this is the Trump administration can deny grant money to sanctuary cities who basically refuse to cooperate with federal immigration authorities. So you don't cooperate with us on this immigration issue, well, we're going to deny you certain grant monies. And I believe this is a good direction that we're going in so far. So we can start making headway to actually protect our borders, to actually build the wall, to start keeping crime out of our country and allow people to migrate to our country. Absolutely. They should be able to migrate, but do it legally, do it the right way, do it through the system. This is what happens in a majority of the countries. I can't just move to some other country and say, give me free stuff. That's not how it works. If I want to move to Australia, I have to prove that I'm going to be a good Australian citizen and contribute to society. Thus, it is here and with multiple other countries. But you see, that's not what the New World Order wants. That's not what the United Nations wants. So they're pushing it under the radar through legislations that they're trying to get the people to ignore. Ergo, this is one we can't ignore, and we need to pay attention to this New Way Forward Act. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Please don't forget to check out my new partner at healthwithlisa.com. I've been using this collagen for the past couple of months. It's done amazing things so far. My skin feels better, or looks better, I should say. My hair and nails are getting longer. So I want to encourage you to check out that stuff. And that's not all. Collagen is just overall good, and it's got 5 forms of it in there. So healthwithlisa.com. Don't forget to check it out. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.